What's going on, people? This is Tasha Rasay for Computer Music Academy, and welcome back to Playing With. In this episode, we're going to talk about Arturia's V Collection 4. Now, in case you know nothing about Arturia, they make the most incredible emulations of vintage synths and keyboards. They do an incredible job. I'm a huge fan. The V Collection is all of those instruments in one box. So, not trying to compare or contrast, but if you're familiar with Native Instruments Complete, this is Arturia's version, so to speak. And this actually has 11 instruments, one utility instrument, and then you also have a drum machine slash sampler, sequencer, and it all comes together very nicely. They work together very nicely. So, with that said, let's get into it. We have a ridiculous amount of instruments here. And this is my Arturia folder. And you can see Analog Lab, ARP 2600, CS80V, Jupiter V, Matrix 12, which is one of their newer instruments they just announced, Mini V2. You have the Modular V, Moog Modular V, or Moog Modular V, the Oberheim SEM-V, Prophet 2V, Solina V, which is another one of their newer instruments, Spark 2. Then you have the the Vox V and the Wurlizter V. And this isn't going to be a fully detailed review. Basically just an overview, giving you an idea what every instrument is all about. And most likely, I'm going to go back later and work my way through just about every instrument, if not all of them. So let's get into the ARP 2600. This is nuts. If you know anything about old school, just ridiculous synths, you should at least know about the ARP. Now, all of these cables can actually go from one port to another. And with this, as well as all of the V Collection series, you have a ridiculous amount of presets, as well as you can create your own patches from the ground up. Now, I'm really not going to go too detailed into that, but just so you know, when you get into these particular products, whether it's individually or as in the collection, you have a ridiculous amount of potential. So let's play around with this ARP here. Got sequences built in. All right, so let's show you how Arturia does their thing with the looking for patches. So you have all, and you can actually find things by the artists who created them. In this particular one, you also have it broken down by instrument, and then the instrument within that category. So yeah, we have a lot. And let's get into these instruments. A couple of basses here. Oh boy. Okay. Let's mosey on down, catch a couple of these leads. Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely love these instruments. So we're only in the beginning. Pardon me, because I am going to geek out as we continue to go through these. I am a huge fan of vintage synths and just vintage instruments in general. And as I said before, Arturia, they have my heart for life. Yeah. And one thing with a nice amount of the Arturia instruments is they have different variations. So what we see right now is the main box of the ARP, and you can go up. Okay, there we go. Go back down, and you actually have the keyboard section and the sequencer section, and then this should show all. There we go. So yeah, some of these instruments have a lot of hidden compartments, and they have a lot of controls. You know, you're simpler and you're more complicated. So I really appreciate that kind of stuff because I'm a person that likes to just click everywhere and try to connect, especially in the case of an ARP. You know, connect this to this and see what I can get to modulate. It gets pretty crazy. So yeah, let's move on to CS80V. This is the Yamaha. Yeah, this is crazy. And if you see all the knobs and dials here, there's ridiculous potential. One thing I do know is you have this strip right here. Yeah, a lot of potential to play around and just get some craziness going. Yeah. Another really cool thing about Arturia is when they create the interface for their instruments, they are very detailed, and with the exception of all the extra controls, but they look exactly identical to the instrument that they're emulating. I really, really love that kind of stuff. Yeah, I could sit here all day. Boy, this is great. Let's skip on to the next instrument, which would be the Jupiter 8. Yes, yes. It's a nice amount of noise on there. I like. I like that. Yeah. Okay. Has a nice glide to that one. I'm pretty sure you can adjust it to where it's a little longer, a little deeper, I guess. Okay. All right, let's move on to the new guy, the Metro 12. This looks very, very interesting. And let's see here. Same thing. Broken down by artist. You can save your own patches. You can do that in all of the instruments. Broken down by instrument itself, different categories. And then you have the different instruments in each. So let's see here. Chords. What we got? Ooh. Man. I could sit here all day and play with these things, and I will. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Oh boy. Yeah, the possibilities are endless. Okay. Let's move on to the Mini V2, which is formerly known as the Mini Moog. Mini Moog V. Classic right there. Classic. And if I remember anything about this instrument, you have that. Ooh, that's classic right there. When I think old school synth, that patch right there always comes to mind. That's one of them. Here's another one. Yeah, again, pardon me. I'm having too much fun. All right, that's Mini V2. Get on to the Moog Modular, formerly known as. And again, this has the full rack that you can access that way. And this operates very similar to the ARP as you would suspect. Oh boy. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, and see, I'm only going through one of the artists in all of these instruments, and only going through a couple of their particular instruments. There's plenty of patches in each one of these left. There's thousands. Oh, wow, that's funky. And hopefully you remember that you have tons of presets, but looking at all of these controls, again, you can create your own patches from the bottom up, add effects, do all kind of modulation. It just get really, really sickening, really sickening. And another thing, if you see over here, you can actually use the effects from all of these as well. Yeah, unlimited potential with this particular pack. Let's see. Let's go check out the Oberheim SEMV. So many ideas are coming to my head right now, but I'm trying to stay focused and continue to do the review. Man. That's nice. Let's see. Oh, these are waves. Let's check these out. And of course, you can build up from there. Oh boy. Yeah, let me not mess with that. I'll be here all day. Don't think you'll appreciate that. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, the possibilities. Oh. All right, that's Oberheim. Let's move on to the Prophet. Check this one out. And again, you actually have the full board right here. Transforms like Optimus Prime. Let's check in with the other newer instrument that came with the V collection, the Solina V. Whoa. Wow, that's nice. And I know you can open this up here. Look at that. That's beautiful. Man. Yeah, that definitely deserves a little more of my time, and I will give it. And then finally, the Vox V. Let's take a look at this. Wait a minute, you hear that? That actually has like a air, like a hissing to it. Wow, look at the volume right there. That's crazy. And this is otherwise known as the Connie. This is very, very cool. Old school organ, pedals and all. And actually, I think this also has like an amp on some of these patches. Hey, there it is. And there it is. There's that hissing again. That's crazy, emulating the amp. All kind of crazy stuff in here. Let's see. Oh. Oh my. I like the delay on that. Wow. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Ah. And those are the bass notes down there. That's crazy. So I'm assuming that you could actually pick up a pedal similar to that and play it as you would the actual synth. The organ. That's pretty cool. And wait a minute, you have split mode, so you can actually put it in split. Oh, you put it in split mode. Oh, that's crazy. Put it in split mode, and you can actually play everything from the board. Wow. Oh, that's crazy. This is insane. And again, I'm only touching the surface of each. There's that hissing again. That's crazy. I'm only touching the surface of each instrument. All right, and I know I said finally before, but I totally forgot about the Wurlizter V. I don't know how. Wurlizter is one of the best old school organs or keyboards, depending on who you're talking to. I have a huge, what I want to say, obsession with these kind of old school boards, man. Especially this one. Has a nice distortion to it. That one's nice. Ooh, has a nice wah to it. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Let's check out a couple more patches before we get out of here. Oh, man. Yes. Forgive me. Now, the only things that we did not cover is the Spark drum machine and the Analog Lab. And we'll get into those in separate videos because they really deserve to have their own explanation of what they do. I don't want to lump them in with these keyboard and synth instruments. I am a huge fan of Arturia. I'm a huge fan of vintage sounds, and I am definitely recommending this pack. You can purchase the V Collection from Arturia.com for $3.99 US. And yes, it is an instant download. On that note, if you enjoyed this video, please like and share it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for more reviews, tutorials, and exclusive courses, make your way over to ComputerMusicAcademy.com. See you next time.